We're going to move right along, ladies and gentlemen. Our next presenter tonight is Tiffany Kemp. Tiffany grew up right here in St. Augustine. And during high school and college, she spent 10 years in the late night service industry before deciding, bizarrely, to become a teacher. She then worked for 7 years at St. Augustine High School, another 3 years on military bases in Japan. She is currently an instructional coach. She's also an adjunct instructor at Flagler College, her alma mater, and is currently working on her doctorate in education with an intended finish date of 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, Tiffany knows, as you all should know, that the teaching profession is the profession that creates all others. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Tiffany Kemp. This is creative drinking, critical drinking. Apparently, I've been doing too much creative drinking. Oh, look, it's behind you. Thank God it's not a horror movie. Critical drinking, lessons in teaching inspired by the service industry.
Perfect. Thank you. One of my former high school students asked me what I wanted to do after teaching. I told him that being a teacher was the only thing I've ever wanted to do. He said, "You should be a professor, like at a bar." I looked him straight in his eyes and I said, "Kid, I already was." Hi, I'm Tiffany Kemp. You might remember me from the following St. Augustine establishments: TGI Fridays, All Stars, Genres, Cellar 6, Raw Martini, and Reds. Let me build a little street cred. In 2009, I was voted St. Augustine's ultimate bartender by a little local publication called The Drift. Shortly after that contest, the publication went out of print and never ran the contest again, so therefore, I'm still technically reigning. After college, I taught at St. Augustine High School for 7 years, and then in Iwakuni, Japan, at a military base for 3. Today, I'm back in St. Johns County as an instructional coach at a high school and an adjunct instructor at Flagler College. And as time would have it, I am studying to be a professor as a doctoral candidate. They say that teaching is the profession that creates all other professions. Woo-wee. It got me a little bit. Did way back in the shower. I may have traded late nights for early mornings, or making loads of paper for loads of papers to grade, or encouraging people to drink to encouraging people to think. But the similarities between the two were more than I thought. In corporate bartending training, newbies are told that at any given second, anyone in the room is looking at you. It's the same in the classroom, which quickly turns from a keen sense of self-consciousness to self-awareness to realizing that kids are better at lip reading than we think. It's said that teachers make about 1,500 decisions a day. It's about 4 decisions every minute. But this can't be a far cry from your local bartender taking orders, making drinks, ringing in transactions, and adding that inevitable, "Can I just add one more shot?" shot. It's a general rule of thumb to not leave the bar unattended. It's the same in the classroom, just with more legal ramifications. At any rate, leaving either scenario can swiftly turn into a scene from Lord of the Flies. And the whole not being able to leave thing, bladder of steel. Reciprocal energy. Your energy behind behind the bar influences your guests. In the classroom, there's a symbiotic relationship where their vibe affects mine and my vibe affects theirs. And it's frowned upon in the classroom and the bar to have people fall asleep, so high energy is key. There's a lot of trial and error in both teaching and bartending. You might want to run a special night or make a new drink, and sometimes it's a great success and sometimes it flops. I have some lessons where have ended in legitimate rounds of applause, and some that live in the depths of my memory, never to be recalled again. In bartending and teaching, you get to be part of a lot of people's memories. Despite the pressures of testing and curriculum overload, sometimes you just have to stop and let the kids be kids. So when one busts out a horse head in class for entertainment, you let him, because maybe you remember that one time behind the bar, you did too. There's a lot of human psychology at play here in the worlds of pedagogy and mixology. I learned tactics in my undergraduate classroom management class that I would oftentimes try behind the bar and report my findings back in class the next week. But there's a lot of things college classes couldn't teach me. Though it would be the first of many, I was 17 when I lost my first restaurant friend, who was also only 17. I also learned that it was because of the support of Patrick's restaurant family that his actual family was able to get by. 10 years later, I learned the lesson again that some of the most critical influences and supports in times of tragedy come from outside of the family. In my third year of teaching, Peyton lost her battle to brain cancer, and it was when her family asked me, her teacher, to deliver her eulogy. We don't get to see all of our students reach their full potential, whether it's for reasons within or outside of their control, but for the ones we do, it's the best. I even taught one of my fellow speakers' kids tonight, and I didn't teach singing or songwriting, but I may have let him do both in my class. I have even gotten to watch some of my industry friends pursue their dreams. This guy is a cornerstone of my industry journey because we worked together at so many places and really grew up together over 2 decades. I watched him grow from a line cook to a Michelin star chef to having his own place here in our town. It's said that the professional bartender is one who can do his best work when he doesn't feel like it. You know, those shifts where you have to hide your exhaustion or your emotions or your personal battles? Welcome to the front of the classroom, my friends. But we keep pushing on until last call. Until the last bell. I'm often asked, Miss Kemp, what's your favorite part of being a teacher? To which I almost always respond, the genuine human connection. We get to spend so much of our sweet and precious life rooting each other on. We get to spend so much of our time learning together. As I go on to journey the path of creating future educators, I can't help but remember where I came from. The bars I worked behind were my classrooms before I got the keys to my own. The service industry was the teacher that taught me more than any book or class ever could. Thank you.